160 like that, right?
Yeah. He's getting into the corner at 180 and he's having a casual Wednesday morning chat with me. So it's like...
Mashable, I am super excited today because I'm driving to a very special episode of History on Wheels brought to you by Vredestein. This episode is particularly exciting because I am driving to the CoASTT track in Coimbatore. This is a 3.72 kilometer racetrack. It's FIA grade 2, which means almost any kind of motorsport can be run there except for Formula 1. It's fast, it's flowing, and it is hell of a lot of fun. But you know what? Having track-purposed cars and having tires like slicks on a track make the grip so much better. But on our everyday cars, having tires that give you good performance, grip, and comfort is so important. And that's why I have these Vredestein Tyres. Now, did you know that in 1979, Vredestein produced a tire called the Space Master? And it was particularly special because it was a spare tire that could be folded and made compact enough to be tucked away into the boot. Well, in 2014, they came out with a tire called Quadtrek 5. And this was one of the first tires that was an all-season tire, which gave you good levels of performance, grip, and comfort in all kinds of weather. Well, what am I waiting for? Time to go test these tires. Driving on a track is always masses of fun, and that's why we have something super special to drive on the track today. Look at what we have, the fastest Porsche that there is, the Porsche 911 Turbo S. That's not all. Look at who we have to drive this Porsche with us. Naga Chaitanya needs absolutely no introduction. He's a shining star in the Telugu film industry. He's dabbled in Hindi movies as well, in the likes of Lal Singh Chadha, and of course, he's won numerous amounts of awards. But it's not about his films today. Today, we are going to explore his wild side. Well, before we dive into conversation with Chaitanya, we are going to dive into the history of our star car. But do stay tuned because he is going to drive the pants off this car. And we have another surprise element as well where someone is coming to give him a run for his money. Now, if you enjoy watching these shows with us, do drop us a like and of course subscribe as well because that's how we know you love us. The 911 was 60 years old in 2023, but it still has the wild adrenaline of a teenager even today. It gets quicker and quicker all the time, and enthusiasts and purists can't get enough of this car. Well, the 911 was born way back in 1963 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, where it was first unveiled as the 901. But Peugeot had already registered the trademark with 3-digit numbers having a 0 in between. So it was very quickly renamed the 911 before it was launched. And that was the birth of a legend. And the first 911 was designed by Ferry Porsche, son of the founder. Now this changed from the 4-cylinder of the 356 to a flat 6 engine. And it had 130 HP and did the 0 to 100 in just 9.1 seconds. Just 9.1? That may seem slow compared to the 2.7 seconds that this car does today, but in those times, it was an absolute stunner. The original 911 from 1963 to 73, and we already told you about that one. Then came the G series from 1974 to 1989. It was designed as a more practical version of the 356 with extra seats, and it was in this series that there was one of the most loved variants, the 2.7 Carrera RS. After that came the 964 from 1988 to 1994, and while styling didn't change much, this brought in a lot of new tech like ABS, airbags, and power steerings. After that, we came to the 993 from 1993 to 1998. Thought of as the best-looking Porsche, it introduced the GT2, one of the most fun cars to drive. After the 993 came the 996 from 1997 to 2005. Yep, those fried egg headlamps made their debut here, and so did the water-cooled engine. Then there was a sub-variant of the 996, the 996.2 from 2001 to 2004 with updated styling, interiors, and a glass-roofed Targa variant. After that came the 997 from 2004 to 2012. This was the return of the round headlights. 300 plus HP and a new GT2 with 537 HP. The 997.2 from 2008 to 2011 didn't change the looks much, but under the skin it brought in the more environment-friendly direct injection engine and the super quick PDK twin-clutch gearbox. Highlights were the mad 620 HP GT2 RS and the GT3 RS 4.0. The 991 from 2011 to 2019, once again a head-turner that got the eyeballs, but got a lot of flack for the electric steering. Alas, it was the end of the naturally aspirated engines in the history of the 911. The 911.2 from 2015 to 2018, the big thing was the 3-litre flat-six turbo for all the Carrera models. And the 1 millionth Porsche. The 700 GT2 RS that shattered the Nordschleife record, the 992 2018 to present. A long light bar at the back made its debut and a first hybrid. And then of course what we have today, which is the fastest and most luxurious Porsche around, the 911 Turbo S. 100 in just 2.7 seconds. Welcome to History on Wheels, brought to you by Vredestein Tyres. We're so happy to have Chaitanya, or Chay as he likes to be called. Can we call you that today?
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect. And we're going to give you a chance to go completely wild on the track
Amazing.
today.
Okay.
See your absolute wild side. I mean, everybody's seen you acting. Now this is the raw you.
Yes,
yeah?
absolutely.
You're a hardcore Porsche fan, I've heard.
Yes.
What about it?
Well, how do you say it? Porsche?
Porsche.
Porsche. Yeah, I know there are a lot of people who have different versions, but
Porsche.
there was this one video I saw on YouTube that actually showed you how to pronounce the name.
Correct.
Porsche. So yeah, for me, these cars are very technical, they're clinical. Everything in there, the engineering everything has a purpose. There's nothing there, just for the heck of it or to make it look good. And more than anything, they're reliable. I love driving on the track. These cars are amazingly reliable on the track. You go and do how many ever laps you want and come back out. The car feels the same. You're probably tired, but the car feels the same. And this DNA has been there since how many years? Like since the 60s, 50s. So they've been working around the same DNA, not trying to do something as you know, it's usually some car makers are trying to cater to the people, but these guys are doing what they know best, and we are falling in love with what they are doing. So it's the other way
and
around.
even the design language has remained so constant through the years, and we still love it. It still excites you as much today. Were you upset like all the purists, like when they went turbo? Because we all love naturally aspirated engines.
I mean,
straight sixes and things like that.
I mean, who doesn't love a naturally aspirated? Of course, I was not upset, but it was good to see, and when they came out with the turbocharged engine too, it was quite a path-breaking one. I'm not sure, but I think they were one of the first who put a turbo onto a street car with that amount of power at that point of time. The numbers were mind-boggling. So yeah, I was not upset, but yeah, if I had a Porsche, like, I would buy a naturally aspirated. Prefer that any day.
This one is their quickest car, right?
Yes.
Now it's their quickest production car, does 0 to 100 in 2.7 seconds. And a lot of space for you to do that over here.
Right.
So why don't we just get you into the car and
Sure.
get going, and
Let's
then
go.
we'll talk more on the way.
Let's go. Sounds good. We'll head out.
First time out on the coast track?
Yes, first time here.
Okay, so we'll give you time to warm up, get used to the track. It's a really fast flowing track,
Yeah.
and it's very easy to get carried away on this track.
Started off with a lot of motorcycle riding, long distance motorcycle riding. But you know, after I started acting, it's like, okay, let's keep the probabilities of something going wrong low.
And you know, the track, it's a drug,
yeah.
isn't it? It just, once you drive, like, you can't get enough laps. You'll be dead
Absolutely.
tired, sweaty, hot, but you just gotta keep going.
Absolutely.
You've done a lot of track driving as well, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
where do you go and drive on the track?
So usually it's Chennai at MMRT.
Okay.
Oh.
And what all do you drive there?
It's the 488 that I have.
Okay.
But till a while ago, they used to have the Polo Cup cars
Okay.
that you could take out and drive. So did a lot of seat time on those. And then recently experienced the Etios Cup car.
Okay.
So that was great as well. Huge difference, you know, driving a car with slicks and you know, a roll cage and a suspension setup for the track versus a
It just
road
gives
car.
you that extra confidence.
Exactly.
No? Your slicks grip, like.
Exactly.
And now you understand Formula One. You know, when you see when they change tires, why everything changes so much. Yeah.
So yeah, it's you know, on the street car, it's you're getting the cars, the tires are fading, brakes are fading, and then you come in. But on these cup cars, it's like you're tired, but the car's still like ready to go for more. So. I used to drive a lot on the road, but for me, road anxiety has just become too much because when you're driving on the road, it's just not about yourself. You need to look out for others, and there's so many crazy things happening on the road.
Especially in this country. I mean, when you're driving abroad, you have that predictability of knowing that people will do what they're meant to do.
True.
Here, you have no idea who's coming out of where, and you know, feels like a video game on its own.
Absolutely, yeah. The road discipline is not the best.
Yeah.
Although, you know, I'd like it to be otherwise. But yeah, it is what it is. So, organically shifted to the racetrack.
So, do you do a lot of road trips?
Yeah, I do a lot of road trips.
And then do you drive yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which has been your most favorite road trip?
In India, a lot of driving to Hampi from Hyderabad.
Okay.
And then there's this tiger reserve, Tadoba.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Tadoba and Tipeshwar. So these are the places I drive to a lot. And Goa. Goa is something, you know, it's like a religious thing we do every year with friends. So it's about 15-16 hours, but it's worth it. Any excuse to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Any excuse
And then
to
what do you
drive.
take and drive when you go on a long trip?
It's usually the SUV I have. Right now it's a Defender V8. I had the G63 before this. Previously, a lot of two-wheeler riding to Hampi.
Oh, nice.
Tipeshwar.
But that road is quite crazy, the Hampi road. Yeah. Must have been.
It's, you know, you're young then, you really don't care about it.
Yeah.
In the summer, peak summer, you're going for it. You're getting nosebleeds, but it's like, screw it. So, but now a little more responsible. I remember, you know, you used to drive to Hampi and your thighs, because the motorcycle, the fan, the engine fan is right on the fairing, so it's blowing all the heat out. Your thighs were like red, the legs were burnt, but still didn't care.
You just wanted to keep going. for racing. Yeah, like rally drivers would have had it
Yeah,
sideways
yeah.
by now, but you like cutting the lines clean and keeping it really smooth. Yeah, my kind of driving. Now you have to slow down.
And go for it,
Okay, if you're used to it, you can gun it. I'm very, very happy to let you go wild in the car now.
Did you wish like you had a pedal box with you with a brake and an accelerator to take control?
If you watch me doing that, you can back off there. Yeah, but so far so good. Like you're doing the line, so I'm not paranoid at all. At the moment, I'm pretty chill.
It's a new track. It's a track without curbs. I'm quite nervous, but yeah.
And this car gets up
I know,
to speed.
seriously.
Like we're getting to that 120 speed limiter without
Like-
thinking twice. Shut up for a bit and let you drive and enjoy the car. 160 like that, right?
Yeah.
Just,
And these ceramics bite like no one's business.
you know, that's what gives you the confidence
Yeah.
to do what you want to do, because you know you'll come to a stop.
Yeah.
You know when you brake hard, you got it. And which was that first car, you know, when you decided to buy your own car?
Yeah.
And you said, okay, now I have the money to buy my own car. What did you buy? But what was the dream? Huh?
So the first car that the first car that I had was this Mitsubishi Lancer.
Okay.
But my project was, they used to sell these things called the half cuts
Okay.
in Malaysia or the Asian markets.
Yeah.
So I went there, and the engine sold abroad was the Maivec. Mitsubishi used to sell this engine called the Maivec, which they used to plonk into the Lancer there, the variable valve timing engine. So I bought the half cut. So the half cut comes with that engine, the suspension, the dashboard and the ECU, basically the front half of the car. And so brought that down from Malaysia and put that into my Lancer over here in India. So that was my first project in school that I did, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And of course, the film Fast and Furious was out then, so we were obsessed with NOS.
Yeah.
Just wanted to go berserk with that. So yeah, put nitrous oxide in it and all that shit. But it was so unreliable that I ended up spending more money fixing the car than what it was actually worth. So
Did you do a lot of drag races in that once you put that?
yeah. Blew the engine once, did all that stuff. So that was like my first memory of a car. And the dream was always to have the GTR.
Okay.
So the GTR is something, the Evo 10, the Evo 9, 10 and the GTR, these were my college time dream cars.
And then I think you got Narian.
Yes. So yeah, 2011, that was my first super car that I owned, the GTR, Narian was selling his car, I got to know about it. I remember coming down to Coimbatore, meeting him and, picking up his car. And then, modified that to no end. And that's somewhere where I learned that it's just not all about the power, It's about actually how you get the power down to the wheels and how the car handles.
Yeah.
It's more about the chassis, the suspension, the brakes, all these need to be balanced out. So that car really helped me mature in terms of understanding performance. Of course, did a lot of track days on that GTR. It understeered like mad.
Yeah.
So much weight. Just managing the power was a nightmare.
Yeah. So have you driven with Narian on a track?
No, I've not driven with Narian on a track. The only experience I had was when I was buying the GTR. He said, come, let's go for a spin. I'll take you for a spin. And we go out of his house. There's a left-hander coming up. And like you said, he's just throwing it into the corner, oversteering it and like taking it sideways. That's the only experience I have.
Okay, so
Narian
then we
driving.
have a good surprise coming up for you.
What are you saying?
Yes, so
Okay.
we've got Narian here on the track to take you around,
Okay.
drive, and that's not all. We've got one more surprise for you. We're actually giving you a single-seater that you can drive yourself around this track, and we're going to
Mad.
just watch you go mad and have fun around this
Mad.
track all day today. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. We've got none other than, of course, Narian Karthikeyan here. So, Narian,
This
We'd
is
like
something
you
I did
to-
not expect.
yeah.
Hi,
Surprise,
Narian.
surprise,
How are you?
surprise. Yeah, we're going to get you to
Okay.
scare the pants off him on the track.
Oh, is it the other way around?
No. First you drive him around and then you can do whatever you want. Just remember that the car has to come back in one piece, both of you.
We'll try.
Yeah.
We'll certainly give it a try. Yeah.
Okay. So I think you guys can get going if you're all set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just slow down. So this corner, I don't know the line, to be honest. There are so many lines. Not
He
really.
loves doing this. But to be fair to us, you know this track better than anybody.
Yeah, of course, I helped design this track, but it's not an easy track. For the first time you come, there are a lot of ups and downs, and
doesn't matter, even if we drive it as many times as you do, we can't do what we
Exactly. In this lifetime, I'll never.
in this lifetime not
So
going to happen.
I know him for the last 2 decades. He's a very, very good driver.
I know. I've been
Yeah.
driving.
And he
since
loves
morning.
cars. He loves Formula One. He came to my
I didn't put my
F1.
foot down. I didn't hold on to the sides. I was like completely cool in the car.
The first time we met was at his Formula One race
Yes.
in Italy. So it
In Imola.
was such an amazing memory for me. And then I met him here in Coimbatore when I came to buy his car.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of connection. And you still never made him drive you around. I'm glad we could get him to drive
I
you
know.
around a track. So we achieved something. We unlocked new levels for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting into the corner at 180 and he's having a casual Wednesday morning chat with me. So it's like,
Yeah. But
but-
we just took it easy, and we brought it back in one piece. You don't have to wash the dishes at Porsche, but you won't be lucky next time.
I think I'm taking the keys and going home now. But we've got another surprise for him, Narian.
Yes, many.
What have you got for him to drive? So, after pumping up the adrenaline with hot laps with Narian, we gave him the chance to experience open-wheel racing cars himself. First up with the twin-seater built by JM Automotives and driven by Arjun Narendra. Couple of laps at race pace alongside Arjun, we got Chay to get his hands behind the wheel of a single-seater himself for the very first time. The F2000 built by JM Automotives for a racing series. Though it was the first time, he drove it like a pro. So, is the adrenaline still pumping?
You made my day.
Yeah.
Not my day, my whole year is sorted.
I am so glad. Heart racing still, it's a hot
I know,
day.
I know. Like, You can see like
Yeah.
mini saunas happened in here, but it's worth it. Like no complaints at all.
Heart racing.
Fully,
So we are
fully,
perfectly
fully.
in time for this Racing Hearts rapid fire round, which
Okay.
we have right at the end.
Okay,
Okay, and you've got to win this hamper from us.
I will.
There's some easy questions, and then there's some trick ones.
It's okay, you'll help
And
me.
there's a special prize as well. Okay?
Awesome.
Okay, so saloon car or an open single seater?
I would say still saloon car.
Still saloon
Yeah,
car.
I need some more time with these to actually get to know them completely.
Ice or EV?
Look at where we are. Look at what I'm driving. Come on, really? Ice any day.
Manual or automatic?
Manual.
Manual any day.
Manual.
Which is your favorite driving song of all time?
My favorite driving song. I listen to
This
a lot
is a
of.
question that throws everyone.
Yeah, because there are too many. I listen to electronic music, so I have this playlist on Spotify.
Okay.
Just listen to that whenever I'm driving.
Do you fill nitrogen or regular air in your tires?
Regular air. I don't have enough knowledge on nitrogen. Yeah, regular air.
NOS was for the cars,
Yeah,
right?
that was for the engine.
Yeah.
So for the tires,
Yeah.
it's still sticking to air.
It's been fun. Now we have a couple of trick questions for
Okay.
you. Yeah, since you're really a Porsche fan,
Right.
we're going to ask you, what was the color of the 1 millionth Porsche that rolled off the line? It was
I
not
know-
too long ago.
I know it was a green. I don't know which green. I know it's a green.
Close enough. It's an Irish green, a racing green.
Racing green. Yeah, right. Okay.
And okay, this should be close to your heart. Yeah, who is the actor that has, and I'm giving you the hint there. Yeah, that has one of the most impressive Porsche collections.
Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, I love Jerry Seinfeld and I love Porsche, so it's like.
Okay, so we
I
don't have
to
a
know that
Porsche
one.
for you today, but
Oh.
we do have a little. I don't know if you're into
Of course.
model cars,
Of
but we do
course.
have
Oh, lovely.
a BMW
With
for
the
you.
British racing green.
Yeah, with the
Awesome.
with the racing green. There
yeah.
you go. And of course, we have this very wonderful hamper, courtesy of Vredestein.
Super.
And
Thank
we're
you.
so happy that you could join us today. We really loved having you on this show. We like the fact that you went all out on the track. So thank you so much for being on History
I
on
have
Wheels.
to thank
It's
you
a
guys.
pleasure.
You've given me a day I will not forget for a very long time. Thank you so much.
We look forward to doing it again soon.
Absolutely.
Done.
See you.
And stay tuned, guys, because his rapid fire may be over, but there is a rapid fire coming up for you. Well, here's your chance to win yourself a big prize from Vredestein Tyres. You can answer these rapid fire questions. Drop your answers in the comments below. And of course, all the details are in the description. Question number 1, how many years has Vredestein been in business? Question number 2, which Italian automotive designer actually helped Vredestein set the benchmark in tire design?